Hello, everybody. It is Saturday, September 13th, and welcome back to the Nick Watkins Show. I'm Nick Watkins, and let's get into it. The Giants and Dodgers played last night, and boy, what a game it was. It really had me feeling like the Niners and Seahawks game from week one of this year, where it's just, if I try and talk about it, it's just so exciting that it's hard to get the words out, but what an incredible game this was from Oracle Park. Let's go over the final score and the box score. So the Giants had 5 runs on 3 hits, no errors. Dodgers 1 run on 4 hits and 2 errors. Uh, Yoel, I think it's Yoel. Yoel Peguero got the win, his second win of the year. He's 2-0, and the loss went to Blake Trinan, who's 1-4. And let's just start by saying, what an ending to this game. Patrick Bailey hit a walk-off grand slam off Tanner Scott in the 10th inning of last night's game. It was incredible. I mean, the Patrick Bailey, man, he's so clutch. I don't know what it is, but he's been struggling with the bat a lot this year. And for him to come through in this situation, like he's come through in this situation before. This is his third walk-off of the year. Three. My fingers were turned so you couldn't really see it. But third walk-off of the year, his second walk-off homer. And let's just go over it. The first one was on April 26th against the Texas Rangers. I remember that date because I was there for that game. It was the Crawford celebration day, and Patrick Bailey had a walk-off single off of Lats, I believe, to win that game for the Giants. And then in I believe it was July 7th, or no, July 8th. July 8th was the date. I had to go back to a memorable date, which is the 4th. But then anyway, that's just how I work. He had a walk-off inside the park home run against the Phillies on July 8th, and then now on September 12th, which was yesterday, he had a walk-off 388-foot grand slam to left center off of Tanner Scott. What an incredible, incredible finish to the game. It would have been a homer in every stadium but two, in Truist Park and in Kauffman Stadium. So I believe that's Atlanta. Yeah, Atlanta and Kansas City. Those would not have been homers, but that doesn't matter. What matters was it was at Oracle Park. The ball went out, and either way, the game would have ended. So an incredible, incredible, incredible ending. Just go if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's so hype. Bailey, all I needed was a sac fly. So when he hit the ball in the outfield, he just flipped the bat because he knew the game was over, and then just ended up going out, and it was even more incredible. It was just fantastic. I keep saying incredible. There's got to be more words. It was magical. Is what it was in this September game against the Dodgers. A meaningful game, like actual implications for the playoffs for both teams. It doesn't get much better than that for Orange Friday to mean something late into the season. So incredible, and it really felt like the Giants were they were getting, other than the first inning, where Adames had a RBI double. That was it. We, like I said yesterday, the key to the game was scoring early and scoring often. They scored early. They got a run in the first. They did not score often. That was the only run until the Bailey walk-off slam. But it was important to get to that lead early. And then, just on that note, both pitchers yesterday, both starters were fantastic. We'll start with our guy, Justin Verlander. Vintage Verlander performance. He went 7, and he only allowed 1 run. He struck out 4, and he gave up 4 hits and 4 walks. He did so basically. He let on a lot of base runners. However, he did get out of it, and the only one that came back to bite him was a solo homer from Conforto. But other than that, he was magnificent. Not allowing the runs to come in. He went 105 pitches to get through 7 innings, and it's unfortunate he didn't get the win. But what matters is that we got the win, and I'm sure he'll take that over personal stats. Um, Fantastic performance from Unk. Great job, Unk. And then on the other side of the game, it was Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who's coming off a game that was almost a no-hitter for him. On the last pitch of that game, he gave up a homer. Dodgers ended up losing that game. And today, after the Adames, basically he walked Devers in the first, and then Adames doubled in the same inning to knock in Devers. And after that, he was perfect. He did not give up another base runner through the next 6 innings. So he went 7 innings, and the one earned run was Adames. Struck out 10, and he only allowed two base runners. So just a fantastic game from him. And um, yeah, that could be a problem if we have to face him again in the future. But yeah, both pitchers just dueling it out, Yamamoto versus Verlander. It was incredible. It was a great. I said incredible again. I'm sorry. It's just how it was incredible. Every part of this game was like that. It was amazing. And so yeah, both starters were very very good, and they gave their team a chance to win for sure. And it just so happened that the Giants were the ones to win in this game. And what else should we talk about? We could talk about the bullpen. Lucchesi and Ryan Walker and Piguero all had good innings. Um, yeah, it could have gone the other way at any point in the game. That Dodgers offense is really good, and they could explode at any time. But the bullpen, Unk and the bullpen, they really limited them to not very many chances at scoring. And when they did have the chances, the Dodgers, they couldn't capitalize on it. So it's obviously not recipe for success. It's just about only having one hit through 9 innings, but it worked today. But for tomorrow, or it worked yesterday, but for today, we gotta make sure that we're scoring more because we can't just lean on the bullpen so heavily because there are some points somebody's gonna falter. But thankfully yesterday nobody faltered and we won the game 5-1. So that's what happened in our game. Let's take a look at the scores from around the league. We'll start in Sacramento, where the A's shut out the Reds 3-0. And then we go to San Diego, where the Rockies beat the Padres 4-2. And then we go to, let's see, where is it? Go to New York, where the Rangers and Jacob deGrom beat the Mets 8-3. And what this means is that the San Francisco Giants are half a game back of the New York Mets in the National League wild card race. It is incredible. I said it again. It is, though. If you told me a month ago that we would be a half a game back in the wild card, when I believe a month ago we were like 10 games under 500 or something like that, I would not have believed it. It's unbelievable how this season has turned around thanks to the offense waking up and the pitching staff just continuing to do what it does best, which is be good. I don't know. But, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I kept telling myself when I was watching these games, we would get down and then we start losing and we would lose the games. I'd be like, well, this sucks, but anything could happen. All we gotta do is just get hot at the right time, and crazier things have happened. Like the Tigers, I believe I said this in an earlier episode of the show. The Tigers, the from last year, the Rays from 2011. If you get hot at the right time, crazy things could happen late into a baseball season. That's what's happening here. Man, I know we have the Dodgers some more times, but the Mets schedule is also very difficult based off the Phillies and the Padres. Um, yeah. Obviously, if we would sneak into the wild card as a 6 seed, we would play the Dodgers. And I'm not super confident about that, playing the Dodgers again. But, it is what it is. As long as you make it, crazy things can happen. So we just try and win as many games as possible. I feel like being the 6 seed isn't good enough. We probably want to um, get some more. Probably want to get higher, so we don't have to play the, um, you know, we don't have to play. the Dodgers. Anyway, so that's what's going on in baseball. And other news to talk about is in the WNBA. The Golden State Valkyries will be playing their first ever playoff game on Sunday. That's tomorrow at 10 in the morning Pacific. So that's an early one. The Niners will be playing at the same time, but I'll be sure to be watching both games. Valkyries unfortunately have to go up against the 34 and 10 Minnesota Lynx. They're the best team in the league. They are not the hottest team in the league, though. That would go to the Aces. But the Lynx with Collier are a very good team, and it's gonna be a challenge for the Valkyries. But like I said, when you get all you gotta do is get into the playoffs, and crazy things can happen. And there have been in the past, like the Vegas Golden Knights, they in their first season won the whole thing. So you know, who knows, right? All you gotta do is get in, and playoff magic could happen. So go Valkyries. We'll be talking more about that later. And we'll talk more about the stadium situation later. 'Cause that's something I definitely want to dive into. I've been thinking about it and the whole. We'll talk about that another time. So I want to go more in depth into that and what that means for the franchise as a whole. But anyway, other than that, Valkyries play tomorrow. The Niners also play tomorrow. I think I should be able to talk about my predictions and stuff like that in tomorrow's episode if I do it early. So I'll get up early. I'll do that. Um, and other than those two, just reflecting, the Giants beat LA 5-1. Peguero gets the win, and Shrine gets the loss. And the Giants are half a game back in the wild card. Have a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow.